band round and round. Fairview comes back into view. There isn't a light on in their bedroom. There isn't a light on anywhere. Lottie rubs at her eyes. She must have imagined it. Is this yet another example of her fertile imagination making something up? An image of Tasha, Nick's former PA, floats into her mind before she shakes it away. She won't let anything spoil tonight. Pulling the car to a stop, Nick stares up at the bedroom window, where the thick brocade bedroom curtains are open, before casting a quick glance at the garage.
Doesn't look like anyone's here.
He gets out of the car and sprints through the driving rain to the front door. Lottie follows him, grappling with the hood of her jacket, fighting to get it over her head, but the wind whips it away. The door is locked. Nick fiddles with his keys, finally finding the one he wants.
"Hello?"
he calls as he steps into the large, open-plan room that covers most of the downstairs.
"Anyone home?"
Flicking on the light with one hand, Lottie unzips her coat with the other. While it's not warm in the cottage, it's definitely aired. Usually when they first get there, it's warmer out than it is in, no matter what month it is. There's silence, apart from the loud tick of the grandfather clock in the corner of the room.
"Just us then,"
Nick says before turning towards the open front door. "Aren't you going to check upstairs?"
"Don't be daft, Lots. There's no one here. Just us."
"Nick!" He shakes his head and then bounds up the stairs before Lottie can remind him to take off his shoes. Gwen won't be impressed at the dirty marks on the carpet. Nick's footsteps thump on the narrow floorboards overhead. Fairview is 300 years old, has been in Nick's family for ages, a former tithed cottage once bequeathed to a long-dead ancestor, a groundsman for the huge stately home a couple of miles away that is now a she hotel.
"All clear,"
he says, bending down so as not to hit his head on the low door frame as he comes back into the room. It's a big space width-wise, Nick's grandfather having bought up the cottages either side and knocked them through sometime in the 1950s, but the ceilings are low and the walls are crisscrossed by timber beams. "Has someone been sleeping in our room?" Lottie says as they head out back into the dusk to fetch their bags. The rain has eased slightly, but there's a shroud of mist hanging over the hills in the distance. Hopefully it'll clear by tomorrow. The view down over the valley is stunning, something she'll never get tired of seeing. Rolling hills, deep forest framing them, a glimpse of the edge of Coniston Water far in the distance.
"So what if they have? It's not our room, is it?"
Lottie ignores him, pulls her jacket around her and picks up a couple of the carrier bags, leaving the heavy stuff for Nick. She hopes he's going to lighten up a bit. His mood has gone downhill over the past couple of months, hardly talking to her and then snapping when he does open his mouth. He's having problems at work, but it's not her fault, is it? And she thought with that woman out of the way, everything would be better between them. As he carries their bags upstairs, she sneaks a quick look at his phone that's lying on the kitchen island. It's got face recognition on it, but she knows his password, of course. There's no signal, not surprising, as the mobile reception in the cottage is never great. But there are no new messages either. She lets out a long breath. Of course there won't be. After checking his work emails for the 10th time, all the while grumbling about the Wi-Fi signal as it dips in and out, Nick gets a fire going so that the open-plan room is cosy by the time she's finished knocking together the spag bol. They sit at the large wooden kitchen table, Nick shoveling the spaghetti into his mouth while she picks at hers. He's telling her about the latest round of problems with the derelict hotel that 4 months ago his firm won the contract to redesign. He's worried the contractor is screwing him over. He's worried that everything that could go wrong with the build is going wrong. "What does Kaz think about it all?" she asks.
"Kaz has his own projects."
"Can't you put your heads together about it?" Lottie says, even though she already knows the answer. Nick isn't...